Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome back to the next video. So today we are going to discuss about Capgemini verbal test. So basically, if you are attending the Capgemini campus recruitment or offline recruitment, then you will be probably knowing that three rounds will be there in the recruitment process. First one will be the online test, that is basically you can call it as aptitude test, followed by technical interview. After that, HR interview will be there. So basically, if you are able to crack the online test, then 90% it is sure that you will be able to get an offer letter from the Capgemini, because it's a huge MNC, guys, and basically MNCs will be tougher in online test, and they will be, I mean, the things will be easier as and when we move towards technical and HR round. Okay, so for online test I have covered already the mathematics stuff, whatever they will be asking, like pattern problems are the favorite questions which they will be asking day to day. So all those problems I have discussed in one of my videos, and if you have not seen that video, then you can check the playlist, or else you can check in the description, guys, you will get the link. But now today's topic is verbal. So verbal, there will be like one section of aptitude, one section of verbal, one section of programming, and one section of psychometric test. So it is one of those four sections, that is verbal testing, and different topics will be asked, or different types of questions will be there in verbal. So all details I'm going to explain in this video, guys, so please watch this video completely until the end. Alright, so here you can see Capgemini recruitment process for 2021 batch freshers. So Capgemini recruitment consists of three tests, all those things I have just explained. Now I will move to the next slide, where it shows the exact things, like what is the number of questions. Okay, so see, MCQ based English communication test will be there. So total number of questions they will be asking is 30, and time allotted will be 30 minutes. That means for each question you will be having 1 minute time. Elimination round, yes, elimination round, the meaning of elimination is out of 30 marks you should get at least 20 or 21 in order to qualify for the second round, otherwise you will be eliminated here itself. So that means at least out of 30 you should get 20 or 21. So that's the lowest criteria which they will be setting for the candidates. So question types, MCQ question will be there, no, nothing like writing the answers in a paragraph or something like this, there will be nothing like that. Okay, so coming to the syllabus, we'll be having grammar, and after that we'll be having vocabulary, and after that we'll be having reasoning. So these are the three main syllabuses, or three main topics on which the questions will be produced, or there will be questions. Okay, so now let us move ahead and try to discuss one after the other each topic. Okay, so here you can see in vocabulary they will be asking about synonyms and antonyms. So synonyms, we know that the words which will be giving the same meaning, that will be calling as synonyms, and antonyms, the words which will be giving different meaning, will be called as antonyms. Okay, so these are the meaning of synonyms and antonyms. After that, in grammar section we will be having these kind of topics like subject verb agreement. I'll explain one by one what is meaning of that. And parallelism will be there, pronoun antecedent agreement, sorry, and tenses will be there, prepositions and articles. So all these tenses, prepositions we know, subject verb agreement we know, but these two topics are somewhat different for us, parallelism and pronoun antecedent agreement. So we'll discuss those two things separately. And reasoning will be having reading comprehension and para jumble. So reading conference, we know that they will be giving one para. Okay, so we need to read that para, and after that we need to answer the questions which will be based on that paragraph. So that's a simple thing. Okay, after that we'll be having para jumbles, where some 3-4 sentences will be given in a jumbled manner, and we need to rewrite it to give a better meaning. So that's it about the syllabus, guys. Now let us discuss some of these things in real. Okay, so subject verb agreement first I will be discussing, because it's important, guys. So subject means what? Subject is something which is like a noun. So subject and noun are equivalent. So what is noun? A name of a place, person, thing which is referred in the sentence. So this is the meaning of noun. Okay, so a noun is nothing but a name of a place, person, or a thing which is used in the sentence. After that we will be having verb. So what is the meaning of verb? Word that expresses an action or a state of being, subject verb. So verb is basically action, it will represent the action. Example, the computer in the learning center must be replaced. So that is the example for verb. And there is one thumb rule, guys, which should which you should remember in order to answer the questions correctly. So it is very simple, guys. If our subject is in the singular form, my verb will also be in the singular form. If subject is singular, then verb is also singular. So if the subject is plural, the verb is also in the plural form. So this is the golden thumb rule which everyone should remember in order to answer these questions, right? Alright, so now let us move ahead and try to see some examples here. So this is one of the examples, guide. Here you can see boy is the subject and it is in the singular form, and run is the verb here. So boy run, so we can't say boy runs, okay, it's wrong. So boy run, and if it is boys it will be like runs. So if the subject is in the plural form, then also the verb will be in the plural form. So that's the meaning with examples. So boy runs and boys run, so you can see here. So this is the right, these two things are right here, okay. So bird fly and birds flies, so this is also following the same thing. The bird is in the singular form, that's why fly. If it is birds, then the flies will be coming here. So after that we are having another topic here, that is parallelism. So what is the meaning of parallelism? So it is basically following the sequence, guys. In a sentence we will be having more than one item, and each item in the sentence should follow the same grammatical rule. So in sentence we will be having three items, okay. So each item should be following the same pattern there. So that is parallelism. I'll show you the example, that's why so that you can understand. Alright, so now just focus on these things, guys. Fill in the blank with correct form of the verb. Use the form of the first given verb. So here you can see one question is something like this: true cheer dash cry dash praise, they have written. So in next one, have written dash seal dash mail. In third one, swimming dash eat dash swallow. So what you need to do is, it is one item, this is second item, and this is the third item. So they should be having, or there is something which is followed in I mean there is some similarity or some pattern which should be, or some grammatical rule which should be followed by these three items. So what is that one? I'll just show you. Okay, all right, now let us see answer. You will see here. So first one is what? To cheer. So second one, the second word is what? Cry. So in order to get it in the same rule, what I can do is, I can write it here. I can write cry as to cry, so it will be following the same rule. And similarly praise is there, I can write it as to praise, so that it will also follow the same rule as that of the previous two members, okay. So that's why it will be like to cheer, to cry, to praise. So this is something what I was trying to tell. After that, in second question, have written, and here you can see some action is there, have written. And after that, have sealed. So have written, have sealen. You don't have, I mean don't try to write as it is. In this case I have written to cheer, so to cry, to praise. Have written, have sealen, and have melon. Don't write like this, I mean yeah, of course you will not be writing, right? So seal is what, if I would try to make it in the form of action, I can write it as sealed, okay. So have written, have sealed, and have mailed. So like this I can write. So they are following some same grammatical rule, so that's very important. They should follow the same rule there. So that's why they are called as parallelism. So after that, third one, swimming and eat is there, eating, swallow is there, swallowing. So it's very simple, it's like a cakewalk, guys, right? So after that we'll be having some sentences. Here you can see these are the sentences. He invested his money in real estate, in stocks market, and solar energy. So you can see here there are three items, guys. One is real estate, one is stock market, and another is solar energy. From this one what I can say is, here I am having in, and here also I am having in, but for this one I am not having in, so that's why I need to insert in before solar energy, so that it can follow the previous rules, or same grammatical rule as that of the previous two members. But you can say that if I remove these two ins, then they will be similar, but go with the majority, go with the crowd. So that's the, I mean, motto of this world. So I have to follow that one, and you have to follow that one if you want to get success, okay. So that's it, guys. I'll show here you should insert in, so that's the answer for first one. And I have to wash my clothes, water the plants, and clean my bedroom. So here you can see uh, washing clothes. So washing is actually action, watering the plant is action, cleaning the bedroom is also action. So all are following same pattern, so there is no error, so it is like no error. So you know, you need not to correct anything in this sentence. Okay, so that's it. And you can see here same answers I have written over here. So these two we have discussed already. Now coming to the third one, dribbling, shooting, and to pass. Okay, so here I'm having pass, and answer for this one is passing. So dribbling is there, ing formats are there basically, dribbling, shooting, and I am writing pass here. This is not good because I need to convert it to the ing form, that is passing. So if I convert it to pass to passing, then it is correct, and it is following the same rules as that of the previous members. So this is basically parallelism, guys. Now let us move ahead and try to discuss about article. So what is mean by article? An article is an adjective which gives information about the noun. So article, we know that, which gives some information about a noun. So articles are always used before the nouns. Articles always depends on how you pronounce the word. So these are the two important points which you should know. So there are two types of articles, definite articles and indefinite articles. So now what is indefinite articles, guys? We use a and an before singular nouns when talking about them for the first time in the sentence. So this is very important and deep meaning. Indefinite article, for indefinite articles we will be using a and an before singular nouns when talking about them for the first time. If you are talking about them for the first time, then you should be using a and an before singular nouns of the indefinite articles. So the grammar will be difficult if you try to understand theory. So that's why let's go to the examples and try to understand it. So move ahead, and here you can see these are what, yes, we know that these are the a e i o u. So vowels I can say. And here okay, so umbrella, so a sound. So umbrella, what will be, how will be pronouncing umbrella? So umbrella is having a sound of a in there, so that's why we need to apply an here. Okay, so European, so European is having u at the beginning, so that's why we have to insert a. So these are the indefinite articles. So after that, apple, apple is having of course a, so that's why we have to use an. So if it is a or if it is u, so if it is starting with a, then I insert an. If it is starting with u, then insert a. Okay, so this is the rule, guys. And here you can see fox, f sound, so that's why we have to use a fox. Okay, university, a university, so university, u is having a sound of a there. So after that, hour, so hour, h will be silent and our will be there, so that's why it's a sound. Here you can see it's a sound, and it should be an here, so an hour. Basically we know this, and just we don't know the rules, right? So a pencil, p sound, so that's why a will be using. And island, so island, so I sound means an, so an island, we can't say a island, no, it's an island. Okay, so if it is a small entity, then it's a an. So an hour, again few examples I have written here. An hour, a pencil, an island. Okay, so after that, with definite articles with ordinary number. Example, he lives on dash the floor, so he lives on the fifth floor of the building, so that's why. Before superlative, third degree. And before superlative, so this is the dash dress I have, this is the most expensive dress I have, I can write this one like this one. And after that, before names of certain books, a book, a sound. Okay, so if it's a sound, then definitely we have to use a. Okay, so now before names of certain books, book, b sound. Then Christians love to read dash the Bible, so before names of the musical instruments, I know how to play the veena, so we have to use the, right? So now coming to the at, so when we will be using at always indicates an exact and specific time or place. So when we know exact time and exact place name, then we should be going with at. Examples, I started working at 10 a.m, this is the exact time. The movie starts at 6 p.m, that's the exact time. The shop closes at 3 a.m, that's the exact time, so that's why I should go with at. So in all these cases I'm going with at here. So next thing is by. when I should go with by is also. So by means within the extent or period of during something. So by means they will be having some deadline, and within that deadline we should complete some work, task or anything. So that means by we will be using whenever there is certain limit. So I will complete the assignment by Sunday. That's the favorite thing which will be doing in our college. Now we are missing that one. So he will return by 6 p.m. I will submit the list by 11 a.m. So we are having some deadline. Sunday is the deadline, 6 p.m. is the deadline, and 11 is the deadline. So if there is something like a deadline, then you should be using by there. Okay, so after that we are using on and in. Very interesting, guys. So let us discuss on. So first thing we will discuss on. On indicates a position about but touching the object. So a position, so a table is there and a ball is there. If they are touching, then you should be using on. And if the table is there or bed is there, and if you are sleeping on the bed, you are not actually sleeping on the bed, you are sleeping in the bed. So that's very important, guys. You will not be in just in touch with your bed. You will be something like you will be you'll be pressed inside your bed, right? So that's why you should use in the while referring to the bed. And while ball and table, if you are taking the example of ball and table or TV and table, then you should be using on, because they will be just touching the table, right? So that I will discuss now. So on indicates a position above but touching the object. The position like above, but it should be touching the object. And example, the phone is on the table, phone is touching with the table. So he is on the third floor. Okay, so this is the third floor, and I am sitting here, so that means I'm on the third floor. Sit on the sofa, don't go in the sofa. Okay, so you just need to sit on the sofa, that's it. And in indicates something to be present in a place. Okay, so if I can say you are swimming on the water, no, you are not swimming on the water, you are swimming in the water, because you are, you will not be on the surface of water, right? So you will be inside the water, so that's why in you have to use. All right, so these are the few points, guys. And after that, important points to note about the Capgemini drive. No negative marking will be there, so that's why try to attend as much questions as possible, because there will be no negative marking. And webcam must be on for the English test. So if you are attending for the English test, then webcam should be on. Clearing English test, next you will be redirected to the game based aptitude test, so that we know. All right, so after that we are having something related to game based aptitude test. And I'm not discussing about in detail about this one, guys, because I have discussed about game based aptitude test in one of my other video. So if you have not seen that one, then you will be definitely interested to see. If you are interested to see that one, please refer to the description or go to the description, you will be getting a link, and just watch that video as well, guys. Okay, so now I'll just give the overview of that one. So here you will be having question pattern like aptitude test and elimination round. Yes, total number of questions, 4 different games will be given to you. So each game has a separate time. So for deductive logic thinking, one will be there 6 minutes, and inductive logic thinking 6 minutes will be there. Grid challenge 9 minutes, and motion challenge 9 minutes. Different games will be given for playing, and after that you need to play that game. So based on that gaming experience, you will be redirected to few questions, and you need to answer those things. So if you pass this gaming based aptitude test, guys, then you will be redirected to the psychometric test, where you will be questions related to ethical thinking, how honest you are, or how good you are at thinking in a in a right way. So they will be asking kind of questions. Okay, so you need to answer them frankly. Alright, so important points to note: the series of questions in this section vary from each game. So there is no rule that the same questions will be asked on the same. So if you are playing XYZ game, then if you are getting few questions on X game, then same questions will not be repeating on the Y game, and same applies for the Z as well. So there will be different set of questions depending on the game. So that's the first thing. Now second thing says that can play as many games as you want within the time period. So there is no rule that you should play only 4 games, 5 games or 6 games. So they will be having plenty of games, as much as you can play in those given time. So in that given time you have to play as much games as possible. So there is no rule that you should play 10 or 20 games. Okay, so if you play only 4 games also, that is sufficient. You should answer properly. It's about it's about garnering as many points as you can within the time limit. Upon clearing this round, you will be redirected to the personality or psychometric test. And as I was said, in psychometric test only personality related questions will be there, or ethics related questions will be there. Alright, so now first question, which of the phrases given below each sentence should replace the phrase printed bold type to make the grammatically correct? The orator had been left the auditorium before the audience stood up. So the word which is written in bold, had been. So instead of had been, which word is suiting here? So the orator dash the auditorium before the audience stood up. Had been leaving, was left, had left, would leave, or no correction required. So you can see the orator, was left will not be correct. Had left, okay. Had left the auditorium. So had left will be the correct answer for this one, guys. That is this one over here, because he has already left before the audience has stood up. Okay, so that's it. And next question, fill in the blanks with the most suitable option. There dash four excellent restaurants in the center of town. So there was four excellent restaurant. So whenever you are trying to answer these kind of questions, please make sure that you take this option, put it over here and read complete sentence. Take second option, put it over here, read complete sentence. Take third option, put it over here, read complete sentence. And take fourth option, put it over here and read complete sentence. So this will give you a flow, and you might have read in textbooks or any newspaper, and that will come in your mind that okay, this is sounding good and this might be the answer probably. So if you don't know the rules also, then you can answer these questions easily, guys. Don't worry about those rules and all those shit. Okay, so just try to read it in a flow. If it sounds good, then it will be correct, and if it is not sounding good, then it is wrong. Go for the other option. That's it. So there was four excellent, no it is not good. There are, okay, we'll see. There being, no, not at all suiting. There is four, no. Is there and restaurants is there. Okay, so if I write is, it is in singular and the restaurants are plural, so not at all. This will not match, this will not match, and this will not match. Obviously third option should match, because here I am having restaurants and it is in the plural form, so R is also in the plural form, so that's why R will be coming here. So there are four excellent restaurants in the center of town. So like these type of questions will be asked in the Capgemini, guys. Find out which part of the sentence below has an error and mark the option accordingly. So you need to find out the segment of the sentence which is having error. I am well, I would prefer coffee to cool drinks. Okay, so here the point is that I am well, I would prefer. Okay, so you are well and you will prefer coffee to cool drinks. There is no point in this one, because if you are well, then you will be taking both. I mean, you will be taking, like, if you give coffee, I will drink coffee. Otherwise, if you give cold drinks, I will take cold drinks as well, because I am good and there is no issue with my health. So here, I will prefer coffee to cool drinks. Two cool drinks is there, it is having error. So that's why the answer for this one will be two cool drinks. Instead of cool drinks, it should be like, I am well, I would prefer coffee or cool drinks. So instead of two, it should be or, in order to correct it. Okay, so the second option is having the error here, and I mean that's the answer, guys. Okay, so after that, a sentence is broken into the following parts. Mark the option containing the correct sequence of these parts to get the complete sentence. So one sentence is broken into four parts here, and you need to rearrange all those four parts in order to get a complete sentence. So first part says that tips with us, second part please share some, and third part on gardening, and fourth part and maintenance also. So just see here, guys, please share some will come first, and please share some tips with us on gardening and maintenance. This is first, this is second, this is third, and this is fourth. Okay, so that's why the sequence will be, okay, so here you can see 2, after that 1 will come and 3 will come and 4 will come. So option C will be the right answer. So like this you can solve these type of questions, guys. So that's it for this video, guys. See you in the next one. If you are not subscribed to the channel, please do subscribe. We will be uploading these type of interesting videos regarding all MNCs hiring day to day. So thank you so much for watching. See you in the next one.